Alright, I am gonna just do a little quick demo here for all the warriors out there. Just how to craft a basic mace. It might be your first mace that you need to go through maps, or we're so late into the season now, you should probably have that taken care of already. But if you're going for your weapon swap maces, or just your main hand, and you need an upgrade or something like that, we'll go over a little strategy here on how to kind of do it on the cheap. What kind of base to start with, how to do the trade filters, and then the sort of basic strategy as far as how to just exalt slam them. Now, if you're going for like a super high-end mace, you can get into a lot of omens and a lot of specialty stuff where you're blowing through many divines, trying to really get specific suffixes and specific prefixes, and then rolling only specific individual mods that you want. But you'll quickly get into 50, 60, 70 divines worth of omens and stuff like that. So you better be crafting a mirror weapon, or a weapon that you think is going to be worth 200 to 300 divines or something like that. A mirror basically. So I guess if you have a pretty good base with all the best stuff, or all the best prefixes already, the fizz roll and the stuff like that, then you can get away with maybe spending 20 to 30 divines on omens and crafting your suffixes on there, like plus melee skills and negative requirements or increased attack speed, whatever other ones you want. You can kind of get away with that, but you're still going to be spending like probably 40 to 50 divines doing the omen thing. So we're getting there, though. They're going to change the crafting system to make it a little bit more accessible. But it was kind of the same in PoE 1, where once you start getting up into the upper echelon crafting specific items, real specific mods, and you want all the affixes to be tier 1 or whatever, you had to go pretty crazy with the removing crafted mods and stuff like that, which was 2 divines every time you did it, and you could pretty easily get into a 20 to 30 divine craft, and then you start getting into like beast crafting and essences and all the stuff like that. You can and fossils and stuff like that. You can blow some serious divines in PoE 1 too. So just basic weapons like this, like where you start off and you're just going to exalt slam it, you can get away with, you're not going to make the best item in the game, but you can get away with spending 5-10 exalts on each craft, and hey, you might walk away making 50 exalts profit, or a usable weapon, or you might make 5 to 10 divines. Many times this season I've crafted weapons that will make me multiple divines. This one I bought for 3x and exalt slammed it and corrupted it and whatever, and it's worth 50x. It'll sell in a day or whatever. This one was similar. It'll sell for a divine. I mean, it is what it is. This one's pretty much what we're about to make right now. I mean, you just exalt slam a mod onto it and then corrupt it, and you spend some resources to just bump it up a little bit more, and a 3 exalt investment, or maybe a 5 to 10 exalt investment turns into a divine. And I might even lower this to 60x or 40x or whatever and still make profit. So it's all about just accruing steady small profits, and then before you know it, you have a bunch of divines. I just blew through a bunch of divines this morning, but trying to get 5 sockets on the warrior, and spending 80x on the omen of corruption and stuff like that every time. And anyway, I blew through probably about 6 divines to get this, because every time you would corrupt one and get 4 sockets, you could still sell it for maybe a divine less than what you paid for it and stuff like that. So you kind of almost break even, but yeah, messing around with stuff like this, you'll finally luck out. But at the end of the day, I could have just paid 10 divines for this already made, and instead I kind of probably ended up spending, I want to say 8 divines to just make it. So I could have saved about an hour and a half and just bought one, but it was fun. It's a rush when you get that 5th socket. It's a rush, so it's fun. And I spent a bunch of divines in the last couple days on upgrades, so this is kind of a sorry little amount here, but 7 divines. I'm not some all-day neckbeard that plays this game 24 hours a day, so any amount of divines you can sort of gather up. 7 divines, I can save those up to, in the next couple days I'll have 15 or 20 again, and then I can start looking at blowing 15 on a new weapon or whatever. So, and this is how you're going to do it, is by making these small little profits. And you never know. I mean, one of these, one Exalt Slam could be a 10 divine weapon when you're done with it. So you just never know. It's pretty fun, actually. People complain about the crafting system, but once you get rolling in the game and you're blasting through maps really fast and you're finding 3 to 5 to maybe 6 Exalts per map and Chaos and Vol Orbs and all kinds of stuff per map, and at the end of the day, you ran 10, 15 maps, 20 maps, and you look up and you made 80 Exalts in a day. So it starts to add up, and you start to just not even really worry about Exalts. I know I don't. I've had up to like 700 or 800 in here before, and I feel no different emotionally about having 485 as I do about having 750. They come and go. And now, granted, in the campaign, they were a little bit more, you were a little bit more emotionally invested in your currency. But now, I mean, no, not really. I think each one of these cost me between 2 and 5 Exalts. So just for the base. Let's bring up the trade site here. And I'll be able to show you the filters that I use to, let's see if there's any new ones here. I want this one from this guy, but he's not answering. Shoot him another one. I'm basically harassing this guy at this point, but this is a nice base. You're going to put, for weapons, for maces, you're going to put item level 82. You can put rare, you can put magic. Some of these will have, a fizz roll, 150 fizz roll as a magic item, and you can go from there. It's just more exalts. You'll have to slam onto it and stuff like that. And then I put a minimum strength. I have, currently I have like 550 strength, or 560 strength. So that puts me at, if it was for me, it's not, but these can go up to like 212 strength, which not very many people who are doing this kind of crafting have 635 to 636 strength. So it's a good idea to just kind of narrow this down to a lower strength level, and you'll start getting weapons with like 110, 174. That's on the high end. That's like the upper echelon of what most people are going to have as far as strength goes. Because obviously on the warrior you need triple this number to wield the mace with one hand. So and I just put a base little I like to keep the DPS a little bit higher. I don't really prefer to use advanced weapons. I prefer to use the higher end weapons if I can afford it, which are expert weapons. So, and your expert weapons are obviously going to come with the higher strength requirement, but you just try and skip the ones that are 212 and just go for the slightly lower strength requirement ones. And you can see that just as a base, you're not going to spend 30x, and this has no open affixes anyway. You're going to want to just scan through them and look for an open affix, an open prefix, basically. So the full suffixes, I put melee skills 2. This is kind of budget. You can go 6, 7, whatever. If you want to spend a divine on the bases, you can. So, and you can start getting up into, let's put 5 here, and let's put 150 here, and you'll see, oh geez, there's probably not much going on. I have exalted here, so let's put divine, and you start seeing your divine weapons, and you can use sometimes you could find bases in here for a divine if you really want to go crazy, and you might have some divines to blow on the omens and stuff like that and kind of narrow down your craft to a more advanced level. But I put this to exalt, and I put this down to 130, and I put this to 2, so this just gets you your cheaper bases just for profit crafting, basically. So let's see what's next. What is next? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bases. I set my budget for each one of these little runs that I do. I set my budget for 20 exalts for the bases. So you just pull out 20 exalts, and when you run out, you might be left with 8 or 7 or 4 or whatever, because some of them are 5 exalts, 10 exalts, for the better ones. these are not, you know, they're not the best, but I try and keep the fizz roll above 93% or above 100%, but this one's 93, so but all the other ones are, you know, pretty good. I got a 145 here, and this one's actually pretty good. It's an advanced hammer, but it can still go 600-700 damage on the top end, so which will get you a couple divines, so if everything goes correctly. You can use these Omens of Greater Exaltation. You can use them if you find them. I happen to have these laying around. I would not recommend paying for these. They're usually 1.5x per omen, and so it ends up being 2.5x per 2 suffixes or 2 affixes instead of just 2x. So you're actually losing money. But if you find them, it's basically a free Exalt as far as Exalt slamming. So each one of these gives 2 affixes instead of 1. So you're basically killing 2 birds with 1 stone. You're getting 2 affixes for 1 Exalt. So a lot of these have 4 affixes. So I'm going to use 4 of these, so I think I have 4 of them with 4 affixes, so it's just a little profit, a little Exalt saving measure here. And then obviously if you get a good slam, you're going to quality it up, and some of these it's worth it to chaos them if you you know, if you get a good flat fizz roll on these and something else just isn't to your liking, you can risk it with chaos. Sometimes I can't resist. It's like a gamble, a little gamble thing that's fun for me, and I try and re-roll the fizz roll. Like if I get a 20 to 30 fizz roll and I just want to just see if something else can come of it before I brick it. If you find a lot of chaos orbs and you know, they're 2x each, so you don't just want to blow through them willy-nilly, but if you want to have a little fun and the item's almost bricked anyway, you can chaos it a couple times and see if you can bring it back from the dead. So, and then obviously we corrupt everything, so you know, that's part of the fun as well. You could get a you know, you could get the like this one got 19 to 27 flat fire damage on the corrupt. You could get a 3rd socket. You could get any number of things. You could also pretty much brick the item, I think, by ruining one of the mods, re-rolling one of the mods, and it's like half or whatever, and you see the DPS just cut in half. So that's the corruption. So let's just I think that's pretty much it. What we're going for on these, each one of these has an open prefix. So the suffixes, you know, it can be whatever. At this point, this is not, you know, these bases are not going to make you know, a pinnacle boss killing weapon per se. You can kill pinnacle bosses with anything. It's just going to take forever. But with these bases, you're basically just going to get up into, you know, your T15 maps. It's going to be your in-between weapon, in between. You're basically your starting weapon when you get to the maps, to get to maps out of the campaign, and your, you know, T15 map weapon, because with a good flat fizz roll and some good suffixes possibly, these can get up to, like, I want to say maybe 350 to 650 as far as the physical damage on the weapon is concerned. Like 350 to 650 is going to be your top end of what they read. So it's pretty amazing what a flat fizz roll can add to one of these weapons. Like it can go from 258 to 347. It can go to, you know, 405 to 680 or whatever with just a flat fizz roll and some attack speed or whatever, or some crit damage or whatever. The DPS can go, or the damage up there can go up significantly. So we'll see what we can get. This is just a little quick run. It's not a big sample size, but let's pick one with 4, and we're gonna slam it. We got fizz. We got a fizz roll, 18 to 28. We'll see what we want to do with that. It also got, what else did it get? I think it got a crit damage bonus. It went from 256 to 355. That'll go up with the quality and the sockets. It'll go up to, I want to say 500. It'll probably go up to 500 to 320 to 500, which is probably close to a divine since it has +4 level of melee skills. Not bad. This one has 4 affixes as well. Let's see. This one got a cold damage roll and I believe a strength roll. That's not the worst either. That one's going to probably go up to 480. We'll see what happens with these at the end. This one has 4. We'll use one of these. I forgot what this one had on it before, but I think it got accuracy. Maybe it got strength. Strength is good. It gives you life. Not bad. This one has 4. We'll use the last one of these. 187. It got a double fizz percentage roll and accuracy. Let's see. Did that fill it up? Curious about that. Yeah, that filled it up. So got that double roll. It's not bad. 321 to 433 with a 130 strength requirement. That's, it's not bad. 25% reduced attributes. I don't believe it had that before. That's pretty good. 130. Required level 67. Hell of a weapon for a 67 getting into maps. T1 maps. We'll run the full gambit on that one. 433 is a pretty good just physical roll. These ones are going to just have to be no omens. I think they'll hold 2x each. Accuracy, melee, life per hit, stun, 93%. Let's see. This one got fire damage. That one held 1 Exalt. Yeah, these will hold 1. Fire damage and attribute requirements. I mean, this one is pretty good. Hopefully we get a flat fizz roll here. 255 to 345. It got... Maybe it got strength. Okay, so... I mean... This one is the only one that's really not exciting to me. Anything above like that 300, I don't even know if I really want to waste any time with this one. 33 strength, cold damage. Let's price check let's just price check what we're dealing with here. 33 strength. Yeah, it's just a 1x as it is right now. That's not a good sign. Let's see what this one is as far as the base goes. Actually, right now, this is basically the base, because we still have so much to put into these. This is basically the base. Let's see. 475 physical DPS, reduced attributes, and 1 to all melee skills. Getting up into 3 exalts, 5 exalts, 1 divine. Okay, so this one is a good candidate here. We'll take this one and go ahead and run with it here. Let's see what we want to do with it next. Do I want to chaos it? I think I'm going to try and chaos it a couple times. Let's see. 321 to 433. We got fire damage. Do I want to keep risking it? If that gets a fizz roll, that would bump that up to maybe 500. But we could also roll off the entire physical. Man. This one is the next sort of high-end candidate here. 255 to 345 with reduced. This one has the 4 level of melee skills. This one has a fizz roll already. Interesting. 255 to 345. It is an expert hammer. Let's see. 255 to 345. Rolled the melee skills off of it. +2. Mana. Yeah, there's a bricked. That one bricked. Let's see. 105 +3. Yeah, I think the chaos is done. Let's put some quality on this one and see what we can get it up to. Just over 500. 386 to 520. That's going to put it at 470. That can't be right. Yeah, I guess 489 total DPS, 475 physical DPS. I feel like that's what it was before. That's your quality. Put the sockets on it. Let's see what we get here. It got 44% increased elemental damage with attacks. Could be worse. 439 to 593. +1 level of all skills, reduced attributes, fire damage, elemental damage. Let's price check it real quick. It went up to 555 DPS. Let's see here. Yeah, so it's in the divine range. So this would have effectively paid for all this shit that we just spent. So we'll put that one for sale here. Even if it goes for 70, 50 to 60, it's still a profit. So that's a pretty good example of, you know, what you can do real quick. 44% increased elemental damage with attacks. That's on par with an extra socket. That's, you know, a lot of warriors are fire damage anyway, so that's going to add some damage. Do I want to do anything else? Let's see. 4 level of all melee skills, 135 strength requirement with a fizz roll. I think I'm going to do something with this one too. Let's see what we got. $308 to $426. These are kind of, these aren't bad right now. These are really not bad right now. Oh, geez. They're volatile. Yikes. I got a third socket. That one got a third socket. This one, 388 to 538. Well, let's price check that one. 509 physical DPS, critical damage bonus, and +4 level of all melee skills. This one's a divine. And if it sells for a divine, that'll be cool. If not, that's fine. It'll go down to 40 or 50 or 60 just to get rid of it. And just like all these pretty much did, they started at a divine, and this one never was really even close to a divine. But this one's pretty close to that. This one has no melee skills. It's just kind of a starter weapon. This one is, you know, 500 DPS with four skills. This one is, what was it? What did this one end up at? 550 DPS with 1 skill. And the elemental damage and the attribute requirement. Yeah, if these sell, quick little 2 divines, that's what, 220x, and I spent probably 15 on the weapons and then blew through however many here. We probably spent 20 to 25x doing this. And I guess you can do something with the other ones here. I don't know the potential here. Just kind of run chaos through it until it bricks or until it loses the melee skills. Try and get that cold damage to a fizz damage roll if you can. Nothing special, and I'm out of chaos. I run through chaos like a compulsive gambler, so. This one, 230 to 310. That's interesting. 230 to 310. 3 skills. You know, I mean, it's cheap to craft them, so. This one, 276 to 371. I think the Val Orb didn't do anything. Nothing special. Where'd my runes go? Maybe did I run out of runes? I might have used them all. 329 to 444 plus 3. I'm going to put this one at, this one's 427 DPS, 33 strength is okay. Yeah, it's worth like 1x, 5x. That one didn't really pan out, so. Yep. These ones go to the graveyard. This one lost the melee skills. This one is just a kind of too low. Part of me wants to keep Chaos in that because of the 4 skills, but the Fizz roll is just too low. Chaos are kind of too valuable to be wasting on that. This one bricked. So, yeah, you kind of get an idea of what you can kind of wind up with here. It can go a little bit higher. It didn't even get a Fizz roll, and it's still 593. If these are item level 82, so this could have gotten like a T1. I call them T1 still. Could have gotten a T1 Fizz roll and been just badass. Maybe 800 top end damage or something, or 700. This one, we'll see. We'll see if they sell. I'll probably end up dropping these down to like 50x. Just to get rid of them, so, but it's a little profit, and then you could, like if this one rolled a high Fizz roll, it could have been a legitimate upgrade for me, so, that's just the off chance. It's kind of fun. So there's just a little guide, small sample size. You brick a couple, and you blow through 25x just for fun. So that's kind of one of the activities that you end up doing in this game once the maps start to get a little bit boring. So. Crafting is fun. I mean, people complain about the currency in the campaign and everything, and it's true. But once you sort of get rolling, the currency just comes flowing in, and you can blow through 20, 30x for fun. So, and you could do the same thing, same strategy with every type of item. You just blow through Exalt. You buy some stuff with the prefixes you want or the suffixes. Say 170 life on the helmet. Buy a magic helmet with 170 life, maybe one resistance. And you just Exalt slam it, and you might walk away with some profit. So most people already know all this shit, but that's just a little video to put together some little tips and stuff, the trade filter and the omens and stuff like that. And then just a kind of a demo of, you can see, I mean, I did 6 weapons or whatever, and I walked away with whatever profit, some profit. So it doesn't take a big sample size, it doesn't take a huge investment. So I'll probably make a divine off of both of these combined. So 55, 60x and 60x, and I'll make, that's a divine right now. So there you go.